Todd Tracy here with Legacy Maker Sports Network. Liberty survives another close win against FIU in a 31-24 victory win in overtime that led to a defensive stop. I mean, Liberty is looking sluggish. 12-week period off, I understand, but either way, they're not playing like the 5-0 team like they're supposed to. feel like they have not met their standards. But Tuesday night's win, you still got the win overall. Quinton Cooley really was the workhorse for that team. 29 carries, I think a career high 29 carries, $175 rushing yards, and 2 TDs, along with Caden Salter, 12 carries, 73 yards, 2 TDs. Even though the pass game won't trifecta that Tuesday night because he finished the game with 9 for 6. I believe 56% of his completions with $125 with no pass touchdowns. I just feel like they was slow on offense. They managed to get the run game going. They kept it going. I mean, Jamey Chadwell said it. He was like, the plan was to not have Quinton Cooley that much touches, but he made in-game decisions to, hey, keep feeding him the rock because they can't stop him. I mean, don't get me wrong, though. The Panthers' defense was playing a lot of two-shell coverage, limiting Liberty on the explosive plays, but overall, they were just struggling against the run game. They couldn't stop it. They ain't had no answer to stop Quinton Cooley. So I feel like that game for the Liberty was a victory that should have been a blowout, but hey, FIU gave them the game, really. I'll say this, FIU really I wouldn't say cost the game, but it was like an opportunity for them to get the win. I think a huge win, a huge upset in the Conference USA, but this is what happens. I mean, Liberty jumps offsides twice on a field goal, on one possession, then another possession. I mean, FIU, the first kickoff PAT when FIU scored to make it 24-17, they did not accept the penalty. They decided to accept the penalty on the kickoff. That was kind of questionary to get the 2-point conversion. Then the second field goal when they tied it up, for some reason the coach didn't want to go for the 2-point. He wanted to say he wanted to decline the penalty except on the kickoff. But it was like, it was crucial downs. Like, it was a crucial moment, especially when you got a minute and 24 left in the game. You gotta take the risk. I mean, I feel like they would have been successful in the 2-point, especially when that tush push they've been doing for the last several times during the game. But it is like, I don't know what they was doing. What was the coach thinking? I'm not criticizing him, but it was like, with moments like that, you have to go for the kill. I think the coach did not go for the kill at all. It was kind of questioned, like, why would you do that? But either way, they went to overtime, but Liberty managed to get the important stop and get the victory and stuff. So hats off to Liberty getting the win tonight. But either way, there's still some questions like on how they're playing. They're not playing the standards like they're supposed to. And then especially on the penalties, is they added again. 9 penalties touching almost 100 yards, 9 penalties for 90 yards. But either way, I feel like their play is going to bite them soon. I don't know when, but it's like it's a timing for it. I don't know when. People don't know when's going to happen, but if they keep playing like this, they will get the first L of the season, and they're gonna be looking kind of like, hey, what's going on? Like, even Jamey Chadwell benching, he was like, I need to get my team better to play all 4 quarters. They have not played all 4 quarters. The first half they played great. Second half they played what the world. Or first half they played bad. Then second half they played great. So I feel like they still need to find an identity and stuff, and we don't know what's going to take to get to that level how they supposed to play. Everybody have high expectations, but they have not reached that ceiling yet. So hopefully Liberty finds it soon. On October 3rd, on the Wednesday, they play against Kennesaw State at Georgia. Then they'll turn back around next Wednesday, the Wednesday after, play against Jacksonville State at Liberty.
The way they found a way to pull it out.
Yeah, I mean, what credit to FIU? They came up and played well. We're up 14 points with 6 minutes to go, and had a chance to end the game, and they fought back. take that to overtime. So credit to them and the way they played. Told our team that one, the ultimate objective is to find a way to win, which we did. And we've got to learn how to finish. We've got to learn how to beat ourselves in certain situations. But I was pleased that we found a way to win. We got in overtime, and nobody on that sideline had any doubt. Like, they knew they were going to win. I think the other sideline was hoping. We were knowing. There's a big difference in that. And so my job as a head coach, where I've got to figure it out, and I've not done it yet, is how we can start to finish some games. We played better in the first half than we have in a long time, which was good. But we didn't do the things necessary to really finish out the game the way we should have. No, I mean, especially we messed up. We messed up there. After they scored, made it 24-17. We go 3-and-out. We messed up. We didn't give him the ball, and so that's just not wise. We didn't give him the football. He had been running well, and so we made our decision in overtime. We're going to ride or die with him. And so obviously we went down and scored. Case all, pulled the ball there for the one play, but we were going to ride and die in overtime because we didn't finish the game. If we're going to go down, we're going to go down and give the ball to our most productive player on offense. And so we made that decision. We're giving the ball. We're going to try to run it down their throats there in overtime, and it happened. And so we didn't do a good job to try to finish that game, and so we're not going to let that happen again. So, but he had to run more than probably we thought because Billy got hurt a little bit. James Joyner was out. Billy and Q there was 1-2 punch, and Billy got hurt there in the fourth quarter, I believe, hurt his ankle a little bit, and so we decided to ride Quinton. It was not 29 carries were not probably in the game plan, but we needed all 29. So yeah, so they had an RPO on where they were going to hand the ball off and pull it and throw it. And they did that. We brought the Christian off the edge was the play, and we took away the first quarterback's read. That was our whole goal, was to take away his first read and make him have to go to a secondary one. And typically when he does that, there's some inaccuracy and stuff. When he found his first read, he was really good, and so he had to double clutch, and that gave us enough time to get there. And then for us to be able to get on the football there, because your natural reaction is to pick it up. I think one of our guys tried to. In that situation, we'll get on it, and Jolly did a fantastic job there. And, it was a great call at that time frame because we had held them down the whole game till that fourth quarter there, and just gave up fourth downs and gave us some of those. I still am trying to figure out the fourth and short call. It looked like the quarterback didn't get any yards, and they got a first down on it. I got to see the replay on that one, but we've got to get off the field there. But that was a huge play for us, obviously, in the game because. They're going to go for 2. I'm surprised he didn't go for 2 when he scored with a minute something left, to be honest with you. That's why I took the timeout, because I thought he was going to go for 2. I was trying to save us as much time as possible. Yeah, I mean, you want to make them one-dimensional. And, I mean, for the most part, up to that fourth quarter, I mean, I think they had like 200-something yards total offense, and we're doing a good job. Jamar was excellent. We had him hitting the gap on 2 or 3 different calls, and he basically tackled the quarterback and the running back at the same time. And if you remember, I think it was might have been UTEP or might have been East Carolina. He tackled one of them and let go of the other one. The other one had the ball, I think. And so he was smart this time. He held on to the running back and said, hey, that's it. He was huge. That put them in some challenging situations early. And I think he actually got a big one there in the fourth quarter where we got a fourth down stop. I think that was one of the drives there. So he was tremendous. He played hard and did a good job for us there. And I thought we did a good job of getting them behind the sticks. We just could not get off the field on those last 2 drives. We had them, I think, on 2 fourth downs, and then they got the big play, and they converted them. And so we've got to do a better job there. They got us on a couple things there late. I don't know if we got tired or what, but we got to. Hopefully, it's not as bad as it looked. It's the same knee, but anytime you've had an injury like that, sometimes there's. Not to get medical, I do have a medical degree from Jamey, Chadwell University, that, the scar tissue and some of that. Sometimes you just pull the scar tissue and it feels like worse than what it is. We're hoping that's what it is. That's what we're hoping. Maybe something shifted. I think we'll find out. Hopefully it's not nothing. He was in there in the locker room and seemed to be feeling better. So hopefully it's not any structural damage. Hopefully it's just maybe one of those. And we've got obviously another open day here coming up. And so hopefully we'll get some guys back because we were banged up coming this with a lot of guys that we have been playing for us didn't play, and so hopefully in the next how many days we've got we can get. They said that he threw his shoulder in there and he came back towards the line of scrimmage, which is a no-no. And so, you either got to stand there or you got to really extend his hands. And he extended his hands late. But they said the key was you were coming back towards the line of scrimmage, and that's not what you're allowed to do. So we ended up scoring off of it, which was good anyway. But yeah, I mean, some of those penalties that were called some of them were a little challenging, but we overcame it.
Just from the success you guys have had the last year plus.
I mean, I think that could be part of it, that they know they've found a way to win in challenging situations. But we also, you're a product of how you practice, good or bad, right? And, the old saying is practice makes perfect. I think it's more practice makes permanent. How you practice determines how you're going to do on a game. And so our guys, we practice those situations. We put ourselves in those situations where, hey guys, and that's what we said. We've been in this situation before. We might not have been in overtime before, but we've practiced that. We've been in challenging situations where we've had to make, and so not one person over there had a look in their eye where like, oh man, what's going on? We might lose. There was never that saying, hey, we might lose, right? Hey, we might win. But it was never we might lose, and there's a big confidence in that, and I think it comes from just continuing, knowing that hey, we put ourselves in a situation we believe in each other. It might not have been perfect up to this point, but we're going to do what we need to do, and we scored 5 plays I think there from 25. It looked like we were a juggernaut. That'd have been I think it was 5, and then defense got them there on a 3rd down and a second.
Well, we saw get ready for the next game.
Well, a couple things. One, we got to get healthy. And what I mean by that, we're missing, you're missing a starter on defense. You're missing some key role players offensively and defensively that play a big role. So one, I'd like to see if we can get our team back to where we can be full throttle going forward. 2, the hardest part about, again, you had an off day coming. The hardest part is because we missed that time, I think there's a rhythm and a routine you get into, especially offensively. And you're off of it again. And so how can we continue to find our rhythm and all those things? And so we've got to do a good job of practicing hard and practicing at a sense of urgency and a tempo where we're going against each other, but also pull back because we play October 23rd, and today's October 8th, so that's 15 days. So we'll have a couple days off, but also you can't practice 10 days in a row either. So we got to, at a high level, we got to figure out what that balance is. I thought we had a good balance coming into this one based off of that, and of course after watching the game, maybe I'll say, hey, it's terrible. So I got to figure that out. But we got to balance being hard and tough physical practice, but also getting our guys to the race too.
Feel fresh. It ain't beat me up.
Are you just mentally, physically prepared? Do you prepare yourself for that going in, knowing that it could be this kind of a night?
Yeah, always. I never really take the game for granted. Honestly, just me being a ball player. Honestly, just loving the game of football. Physically, mentally, you gotta prepare yourself because the game can beat you mentally and physically. So, but just preparing myself each and every day for that.
Did you feel like watching them coming into this game that you guys could have some success running the ball?
A little bit, yeah, but we really didn't know. It's a different type of game plan. We try to mix a lot of different stuff in, but certainly one thing just started hitting, and that's what we go with. Honestly, when you see one thing hitting, you just go with it. You don't really change it until they can stop it. It really didn't take that long, honestly. When we found out one play, I think it was probably the 4th drive. We found out that one play, that 4th drive, we just kept rolling with it.
What was it about the players? I mean, hey, we're gonna get this done. What were you guys thinking about?
I was angry. We didn't play up to the level that we should play up to. It's hard when you're a good team and you don't play to the level that you are. So I was angry. Yes, it probably wasn't looking in my eyes, honestly, and looking at all my teammate eyes. But like going in that overtime, you see all my teammates just like, yeah, it's time. Like defense coming in an offensive huddle and stuff. Like basically like New Mexico State all over again. But they trying to help us up. They're trying to help us up to be able to drive through the game like we did. And the last drive we did, that's what we executed really well, and that's how it was. And that type of game and atmosphere, I turned into a different person, and I feel like nobody can stop me when I got that type of mindset.
That help fuel you guys and get you to overcome the adversity?
Not really. It's not being selfish. It's moving on to the next play. If you don't move on to the next play, more stuff can really happen. More turnovers, more everything. So not being selfish to your teammates, just taking that accountability and move on. Like after I fumbled, I told my teammates, that's on me. We're going to get the next one. We're going to get the next one. And after that, it was a couple drives, but we got the next one. We got it back. But like, we got to finish that to execute. Like I said, it was on me. I'm a captain. I took accountability as a man, and that's what I did. Just to move on from
Last 2 weeks coming into this game, and what do you want to see over the next couple of weeks?
I really don't know. Last couple of weeks was hard. We barely played a game in like 16 days, they said. But we tried to practice Monday through Sunday, no break. There was Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and it's just different. You would think Monday through Sunday prep really have us up to a different level, but you can see it didn't really have us to a different level today. So honestly, you really don't know. It just depends on what Liberty team is going to really show up, and we got to get it fixed, and that's what we really got to do. And as a captain, I got to lead my team in a certain way. I got to get them going, got to get certain guys going, and be able to lead more, honestly, and just make sure that my players, my teammates, my brothers are ready to play each and every day and play up to a level that we know we can play up to.
Any resistance at all coming there on that blitz to get to Jenkins?
No, sir. I was ready to go make that play. My teammates trusted me, and I just went and made the play. It's a real feeling. Glad to win the
What's the
game.
emotion? What's the feeling?
Shoot, I just won us a game. It was like slow motion, watching my teammates get on the ball. But right when I saw them get on the ball, I just had a full excitement. We just won the game.
Compare that to
Never in college, I can say that. So.
anything in
that's
high
the first.
school that comes to mind? Anything throughout your
High school was really just like, I had a couple hits, but I've never had a strip sack on a quarterback, so that was a great play.
Good done.
Yeah, we always got a next play mindset, so, no matter what happens, somebody catches a ball on us, we give up a touchdown, it's always next play. And we trust each other to go out there and make plays for each other. So that's what we did. We just stayed locked in, stayed focused, and our teammates just trusted each other. We played for each other, and went out and executed. Yeah, I think they just started passing the ball more. They started getting their tempo up a little bit too as well. That's all I really saw, to be honest.
not playing for so many days?
Well, to be honest, I think we were ready to go play ball. We keep trying to implement that. We need to start fast. That's been a saying every game. We didn't start as fast as we did, but we're always going to finish with the fourth quarter mindset. So,
How tough was?
we don't ever take anybody for granted. We respect all, fear none. So that guy just made some plays, just good plays.
A little bit of a group effort tonight with Brylan out in the secondary. You talk to me about everybody else in that secondary, including yourself, stepping up and helping pick up the load without him.
Yes, sir. We all trust each other as a group. You know what I'm saying? We're always going to play for each other. So if one man down, it's the next man up. So we just got a mindset. We got a good group of men in the room and a great defense. So no matter what happens, we can trust anybody who steps out on the field to go make the plays. We got grit. We're never going to give up. So anytime we face any sort of adversity, we're always going to play through it. That speaks a lot about our team.